Every year, thousands of backpackers and hikers are involved in violent animal attacks, and nobody's talking about it. The danger's real. I think for most people, when you talk about animal attacks with hikers and backpackers, the common reaction is everyone assumes you're talking about bears or mountain lions. But I'm here to tell you, that's not the case at all. You might not believe it, but there's actually less than 15 bear attacks each year in the entire US. And that results in less than one fatality a year. If you wrap up mountain lions, cougars, bobcats, pretty much any North American wild cat, in the last 100 years, there's been less than 130 documented attacks. That's right, less than 130 attacks in over 100 years. And even crazier, there's only been one documented fatality since 1980. So the likelihood of an attack from a mountain lion or a fatality, virtually impossible. So if it's not bears and mountain lions, what should we be afraid of when we're out there on a backpacking adventure or a solo afternoon hike? Well, let's get down to the river, get a cup of coffee started, and we'll talk about it. Because I don't think it's what you're expecting. Man, look at this. Wow. That is beautiful. I'm sorry about the noise. It is an amazingly windy day, and this river has got quite the ruckus going. But man, what a beautiful view. Just my luck. I don't think it can get any more beautiful than it is right now. This morning, it was below 40 degrees, and the forecast was for rain all day. Here we are, early afternoon, it's 75 degrees, a few clouds in the sky, but an amazing warm, sunny spring afternoon. You gotta love living in the Northwest. You never know what you're gonna get from one minute to the next, so you learn to really jump out there and embrace these amazing days when the opportunity is available. It's beautiful. Well, I had to move in about 100 yards away from the river. The wind just kept getting louder and louder, and with the sounds of the river and the wind, it was virtually impossible to hear me on anything I was recording. So be it, we're back in the forest. I found a nice fallen log to finish my cup of coffee, and we can get back to that conversation about violent animal attacks. Now, I'm probably not going to make some folks happy with what I'm about to say. All I want to do is call out some basic statistics, and you can run with it any way you like. So every year in the United States, there's a reported 4.5 million animal attacks from dogs. And I don't mean wild dogs. These are our household pets. And when I talk about reported animal attacks, these aren't when your dog bites you. These are when you have to file a case because your dog has attacked someone else or you have been attacked by someone's dog. It blew me away when I started digging through the statistics. 4.5 million attacks every year in the United States. Out of those 4.5 million dog attacks, there's actually 800,000 that result in needing medical attention. It could be stitches, it could be a Band-Aid, it could be a shot. But so be it. It's still 800,000 attacks that require medical attention from our furry friends. Now, I'm not saying we need to get rid of dogs, and I'm certainly not saying we need to keep them out of our parks and off of our trails. A dog is an amazing companion when you're out there for a multi-day hike or an afternoon adventure. But I do want to point out the dangers associated with dogs when you're out hiking. If you see a dog that you're unfamiliar with and you're with children, keep your children close until that dog passes. Sadly, last year alone, 2023, there were over 500 fatalities associated with those attacks. Absolute tragic, and it could be completely avoided if we just follow some basic common courtesy on the trail, keep our pets close, and give distance when you're passing an unknown animal. So I don't want to be all doom and gloom. The likelihood of an animal attack while you're out backpacking or hiking is virtually non-existent. When you look at the basic data, there are 58 million hikers in the United States. Out of those 58 million hikers, there were only 117 fatalities last year. And believe it or not, 90% of those fatalities resulted in human error. And that means slips, trips, or falls along the trail. And that can be easily avoided simply by understanding your limitations and hiking within your limitations. The animals are the least of our concerns. We definitely want to pay them with respect, give them their space and the courtesy due. But at the end of the day, your biggest danger out there on the trail is you. Take your time, learn your route, make sure you pack and prepare accordingly for your hike, and I guarantee you're going to have an amazing adventure.